I'm going to do a 12-part series on Brad Steiner's The Tactical Skills of Hand-to-Hand Combat. This book came out in 1977, and it had a huge influence on the practical martial arts World War II era teachers. And I'm pretty proud of this inscription too. For Mark Ryan's the finest student I ever had, and a dear and special friend, Brad Steiner. Wow, that's pretty special to me on that. But also, I do want you to notice on here, the copyright and the publication date is 1977. Because I can remember those days very well. You know, he also came out with this version of it. I don't know how many people had it. This one actually had techniques in it. It did come out after the original. He expanded upon it, and he had techniques in there. Like, for example, here's that cornered strategy I did a few weeks ago on YouTube, where the two guys corner you and you give up, and it's in one of the following chapters that we'll be doing. But there are 12 chapters in the book, and the book really, it could be used by anybody. You don't have to practice American Combato. It doesn't matter whether you're a jiu-jitsu man, or a judo man, or a boxer, or a wrestler, or you do Kempo karate. There are tactics. You can apply those tactics to your art and what you do. And remember, these tactics don't apply to sport. They only apply to unavoidable, unprovoked, deadly situations where you are going to be seriously injured, or someone you love, and you need to protect them. And in the introduction, he set forth 2 ground rules. That 1, only use your deadly skills, and 2, use perpetual follow-up until there's no longer an attacker there to attack. There's no longer a threat. So I'm going to do maybe a couple of these a week. So over the next 6 weeks, we'll cover the 12 tactical principles of the Tactical Skills of Hand-to-Hand Combat by Bradley J. Steiner. The first tactical rule is never fight anyone on equal footing according to preset rules. Don't fight fair. Be unfair, be ruthless, be deceptive, get tough. Use a weapon if you have one, even if the enemy doesn't have a weapon. I think this is pretty obvious that when you're under real attack, you're not going to fight by any rules. Now, boxers and jiu-jitsu men don't generally attack people, but wrestlers, let's say you were up against somebody who was a good grappler on the ground. Do you want to fight his game and fight him by his rules and the way he fights? Or do you want to have to box with a boxer? You're not going to do very well against that. And anyways, you're just going to have a street thug who's a predator, and he's willing to injure people, and he knows that nice people are not willing to do that. And he loves to have that feeling over people. Especially, I've noticed this with predators against men. They like to intimidate them and see that look on their face that they don't know how to handle it. And of course, with a woman, they just don't expect they'll have any problem whatsoever. You don't want to take a stance. It's just going to give away what you're going to do. In our system, we teach what we call the relaxed ready position, and other teachers, teach what their stance, whatever it is. It's probably pretty similar to this kind of thing. First off, you don't face head on. You angle off. You get your hands up. You keep the guy out of arm's reach distance. Love the footwork of a boxer. Don't cross your feet. Don't face head on. Pivot off the lead foot. But what's fair about being attacked? There's nothing fair about it. And when you're attacked, go after this guy with everything you got. And any damage that is done to him is his fault. It's not your fault. He's the one who caused it. Now, I hate this concept out there today where police officers harass for they shot an unarmed man. An unarmed man could be deadly dangerous to you. Let's say you're older, or you're a woman, or, and you got this big hulking guy that's going to take his fist to your face. He could kill you. And how do you know what's going to come from him next? Remember, this is unavoidable. He could in just a moment produce a knife and slash you up with this. So don't ever underestimate somebody. Don't fight fair. Be ruthless. This is more of a mindset thing. We'll see you next time on the next tactical principle.